Hi, so this is our first podcast in the world of Weaver Dice. This is Weaver Dice River City. It takes place in the world of Worm or Parahumans, a web serial that you can Google online if you type Worm, Parahumans together and read the book. I mean the web serial.
And it's written by Wildbow.
Yes, a guy named Wildbow. That's his only name. He has no real name.
He may not even exist. Like, who knows?
Could be a conglomeration of people. So anyway,
I could be Wildbow. Who knows?
yeah, who knows?
He could be Wildbow.
Yes. So, in this world, if you want to really break it down, there are superheroes, supervillains, there's people with powers, and the government has decided to create an organization to deal with this. So, if you got a crazy person shooting fireballs, there is a SWAT team that will arrest him. As opposed to just the regular police. I'm your game master today. I'm Oni Tan on Reddit or YouTube or various other sites. This is my player today.
Hi, I'm Randy. I'm not on Reddit. I'm not on Twitter. I'm not on Facebook. Don't look for me. It's like you won't find me.
He has no online web presence.
I'm a ghost.
He's just a ghost. And he's read the book. He's read the web serial. I've read the web serial.
Okay, I'm just going to put this out there right now. He keeps stumbling over whether it's a web serial or a book because I keep telling him it's a web serial, not a book.
It's almost an ebook, if you will.
It's actually multiple ebooks if you want to break it down that way. When you're over like a million words plus, it's not a book.
Okay.
It's like more than one book. It's a series.
So in this, as I said, in this world, there are people with superpowers. They got them somehow. We don't know how they got them. We're not going to spoil anything for you, but somehow they got powers. A lot of people do nefarious things with their powers. So there are now sort of police to deal with these people. They're called the Parahuman Response Team. Today, Randy here will be playing as a PRT guard
named Charles Chuck. I forgot my last name. Charles Chuck Carter.
Chuck being his nickname, not a middle name, and so he's going to be a character who's in a new city, a city that has a new PRT organization or branch. It's called River City.
And I am going to be fresh out of the academy.
He is fresh out of the academy. He just graduated. River City has a fresh new opening, and all the people are being sent there because they don't want to send them to the real big cities yet where the real action is. So, with that in mind, we're going to start our session. So, you got off the plane in the big city nearby in Montreal. You got in a taxi. You're driven to the PRT base here in River City, not too far away. It was only less than half an hour away. You pull up to the base. You go inside, and you ask to talk to the director. Explain your background, and you're brought to the director's office. You go inside, and you meet the new director. So,
sir, PTR agent Chuck Carter reporting for duty, sir.
And he kind of like takes a swig off this mysterious flask he's got under his desk. He's like, "Oh, hey, oh yeah, you're the new guy, Carter, right? I'm pretty sure our name is PRT, not PTR. But don't worry about stuff like that. I'm the new director. I just got hired to this place too. So
sorry, sir. I've been playing a lot of PDR on Overwatch recently. I'm sorry.
I don't know what you're talking about. I am PRT Director Higgins, and as you can see, we got a new city here. We got a lot of villains in this city. The police have been asking for a presence for a long time. The government kind of ignored them. But it got to a point where there was just too many, and we had to do something. So we got this new organization opened up, and you know what? We don't really have a lot of manpower. Most of it's in the bigger cities, so that's why we got rookies like you here. So pretty much you and your team are pretty much all out of the school. There's nobody with real experience here, but don't worry, you guys, you can probably handle it. It won't be too much trouble. So your first tasks here are going to be to investigate the area. You know, try to get some intelligence and deal with some of the local villains and their henchmen. Keeping in mind, we got a lot of community outreach and an image to take care of. You know, we got to make sure that the people see us as a benevolent force, force for good. You know, people are scared of these new powers, so it's people like you who are going to have to arrest these villains. But I'm sure you learned a lot of this in school already.
That is correct, sir.
All right, so
may I ask a question, sir? Just about our surrounding community here.
He leans back in his chair. He takes another swig from his flask. Yeah, you can ask whatever you want. I don't care.
How big would you say this town is, sir? And what's our population look like?
It's about a 10,000 person strong population. Right now, our current intelligence, based on us asking people on the street, is there's probably about 30 or so notable capes around the area. Because there's no PRT presence, pretty much all of them are just villainous or rogues at the present time.
Mm-hmm. And what would you say our economic makeup of this small town would be, sir? Just so I know the types of people I'll be dealing with on a day-to-day basis.
Oh, what types of people are you dealing with? Well, there's a lot of government jobs, and there's a lot of people on welfare, and there's a few private industries, but it's mostly a poorer to middle class area. There's going to be a few people who are really rich, but for the most part, they're outliers.
Okay, sir. So you're saying that I don't have to shine my boots that much. I don't have to be watching my back at every moment.
And he he looks a bit out of it. He kind of stares at it a few seconds. Listen. You're gonna want to have a professional image. You know, people are gonna want something to look up to. All right. So you're gonna have to make sure when you deal with these people, and deal with these parahumans, you're gonna want to make sure that you're dealing with the utmost professionalism. So your standing orders right now are: you're gonna want to, if you see anybody causing trouble out there, you're gonna arrest them. You're under the same basic laws as the police. You know. You can't be going around shooting people willy-nilly. We're issuing you mostly rubber bullets. You do have some lethal rounds, but you only to use them in a life-or-death emergency situation, or if you encounter a cape who's particularly tough and can take a hit, you know.
You mean like a brute, sir?
Yeah, as you probably know, you've learned about the various types of parahumans in the academy. Brutes being the toughest, anybody that can sort of take a hit, got a lot of super strength. We put a lot of that in your PDF file, in your little wristband there that you got. You can access it at any time. Then he's just like, he kind of like spaces out for a second. He kind of looks like he's out of it. Then he grabs his flask, takes another sip.
So, sir, how many people will I be working with? What's my squad look like?
He takes a second. He perks up. Oh, right, that. Yeah, so as I said, a lot of you guys are fresh out of the academy because this is a new branch. As you know, you kind of get sent here, you know, to sort of get your licks in first before you get assigned to an actual big city. There's only about 6 of you right now. We're trying to requisition funds for more, but you know how the government is. All the government, I'm going to be honest with you right now, all your government gave me was an email address and an 800 number. So I haven't really been able to get through to them too well. So as of right now, this is pretty much all the resources we have.
So we're basically on our own, sir.
I would say we are on our own. The big city is not that far away, but you know, the Capes there, the heroes there, and the PRT squad, they're pretty tied up. There's a lot of gangs and stuff in the big city. We're pretty much just assigned to this area. I mean, if in a life or death situation, I probably could call in reinforcements, but it's gonna require some pretty big pull on my part. We don't have any heroes at the moment. We could not spare any. The PRT told me we might get some in a few months. I don't know if that's gonna happen or not.
How well equipped are we, sir?
Well, you got all your standard PRT gear. You remember your training. As I said earlier, you got your rubber bullets. You're gonna want to use those most of the time. You have some lethal rounds. You're not gonna want to use those unless you have to. You got your foam gun. You remember how to use that, right?
Yes, sir. You just point and shoot.
Yeah, the foam gun, as you recall, it'll encase your villain or anybody really in some really thick foam that prevents them from moving, and it's a pretty good way to rest people.
Yes, sir. I got to experience that back at the academy. They had us do it on the other recruits to see how it felt.
Yeah, so as you know, it's totally non-lethal, very humane stuff. Stops a lot of villains right in their tracks. You also have some grenades that pretty much do the same thing, shoot some foam, as well as some flashbang grenades and other such non-lethal measures. He's like, then he kind of like, he stares at the desk for a few seconds. Then he perks up. Oh, so anyway, so you're going to go and get your team. I think the first thing we can probably do is like start patrolling the area around this base. You know, secure the area, make sure it's safe, make the civilians feel better. You know.
So you want me to go out and just go out and do a meet and greet, get to know the town?
Well, yeah, but you want to be a patrol. You know, be on the lookout for anything suspicious too.
Got it, sir. May I meet my team, sir?
Sure. Yeah. Why not? Just go downstairs, and then he like, then he kind of like spins around in his chair, and you just kind of back away, and you just walk out of the office.